Today's video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. ARK X has came out with the new space ETF. I will be talking to what to expect from that ETF. What are the stocks that I believe they're going to be part of the ETF? If you stick to the end of the video, we're going to talk about multiple stocks that I believe is going to be a great potential investment that is in the space industry. Do me a favor, if you do like this video, please make sure you hit the like and subscribe button, and let's get right into it. So if you haven't heard the news, ARK X has launched its own ETF, which is going to be focusing, like I said, on space industry. Here are the top 3 stocks that I believe could potentially be in the ETF. I'll tell you what my opinion about it is. I'll tell you who they are, and also I'll share with you 2 potential other stocks that are not in the market yet that can be in the market, that you can keep an eye on them, just to be one of the proactive people to be in first if that's something that you decide is a good worthwhile of your money. So let's get started right here. So ARK Invest X, this is a presentation that I personally believe, this is not from their main website. So when I'm looking at space, obviously Virgin Galactic is one of the stocks that I actually came into it when the market was down. I got in when it's $12. Right now, I believe it's coming in closer to $30. When you look at Virgin Galactic, what you think about is space tourism, period. What they're trying to do is, you get your planes that, move you from one country to another or inside of the country itself. Now, what about we make a space where people can actually afford, well, not yet, but in general, people can afford to spend money to actually go up in the sky in space and just go maybe potentially planet to planet, or maybe be on the space just for a romantic dinner or a business meeting, right? So when you talk about this company, it's looking for the tourism part, which can be exponentially huge market gain, huge market growth, unlimited amount of potentials, right? And again, it's risky because the future is unknown. It's the same thing when Tesla came out. When Tesla came out, it's extremely risky. Why? Because it introduced a new autopilot, a new way of operating a vehicle that not necessarily any company or the mass has been used to. So innovation is the key for growth, and technological advancement is the key for potential gains in the future, if it works out to be in our favor as well. So I'm personally holding to my stocks. I believe in this company. I believe in the future of the space industry. One thing about this to keep in mind is also in the test projects. I know they launched a couple of attempts and stuff. It's still an early stage, guys, so it's very risky just because there's a lot of potential failures that can happen. There's a lot of potential wrong things can happen. Think about it this way. I mean, years ago back, when we didn't have an airplane, and they came in and they want to introduce airplane, a lot of people were skeptical about it. So it's just these things that you want to take risk in life, and don't invest something that you're not willing to lose. So the next one I have in the presentation here is Rakuten. And the stock symbol is AGRD. This is pretty much what they focus on. When you talk about this company, they focus on building the rocket or the main shuttler space shuttle engines. So that's what their main focus are. So they've built quite a few engines for NASA with their space shuttle, and they're actually pretty solid company. So if Virgin Galactic, for example, want to launch their own stream of, tourism space shuttles, guess who's going to be probably contracted to actually make these engines, right? It's the same thing with, for example, BMWs. BMWs history was in airplanes, engines-wise, they transform it into making engines, cars, and actually, a lot of people don't know this. They're actually multi-contracted with multiple. Toyota, for example, they use their own engine technology into one of their cars or to one of their vehicles. So there's a lot of potential there for them to continuous, growth with other companies, continuous income coming up. So another thing too as well, last but not least on this list, is the satellite communication, which is the IRDM. So it's IRDM. Now this one is not my favorite just because there's a lot of different competition when it comes to the satellite industry, and also I will share with you in stick in the end of the video. I have something for you that's going to make a little bit more sense. But when you talk about this company, it's pretty much all about satellite communication. And obviously, when you're out there, well, in us being on the planet Earth, we do need satellites in different reasons, obvious reasons for. But when we talk about futuristic space, we need satellites, to have further communication out of space as well. So that's why I believe these three stocks have the potential to be into the ARK X potential ETF, which is going to significantly boost their percentage just because of not just the hype, but people actually taking it a little bit more serious, because ARK has been doing a great job as a financial, ETF group, and a lot of people are going to just invest in it just because they trust what they put into the market. So it's going to be a skyrocket in these potential gains right there. Another thing too that I wanted to tell you is the one I promised you earlier, is when you talk about potential space projects that are coming up, or space stocks that can come up, you need to keep your eye on it. It's Amazon's Project Kuiper. I don't know if I'm mispronouncing it or not. Please let me know in the comments section below if I am. This is pretty much is to build the low Earth orbital satellite capable of providing reliable, affordable bandwidth service to unserved communities around the world. So obviously that's just to start with the focus on Earth. Obviously when it continues to go outside of Earth to be in the space, I'm pretty sure Amazon is going to be putting itself into a position where they can take an advantage of that market. Last but not least, and I think a lot of you guys are going to see it coming, Spacex. Right, it's not in the stock market yet. I believe there might be a potential of getting that SpaceX into the market, into the stock market, and trust me, like, you need to keep an eye on that, because great things are going to happen. I'm very confident. I've always been a fan of Elon Musk, and I think he has some great potential. Plus, you got to understand something. This is the only company right now that I'm aware of as far as working with NASA back to back. SpaceX, I think if it hits the market, it's definitely 100% sure it will be in that. It has to be an ARK X. It has to be. There's no doubt about that. So is it going to happen anytime soon? I don't know. Nobody knows. But I wanted to share with you guys what I see as a potential future for the space industry, especially with ARK X getting its own ETF. And I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. Also, again, in my description, if you feel like you want to support this channel, which I greatly appreciate, please click on the Patreon link in the description below. Let me know in the comment section below, what do you think about these stocks? Let me know if there's any stocks that you'd like me to look at. I'm very open for that as well. You guys take care. You have a nice day.